What's up everyone, OJ here. Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about my top 5 Nintendo Switch major third-party games. Did we get all that? Top 5 Nintendo Switch major third-party games. This is something that I don't think I've ever talked about on the channel here. With all of that out of the way, now that we got the ground rules laid out and done, let's go ahead and jump right in. Starting out at number 5, we have Resident Evil Revelations Collection. Yes, this collection where they kind of jip you. Capcom, I see you. Resident Evil Revelations is actually a really good game. The first game is really good. The second game isn't as good, but it kind of shows you what you can do with some of the older games that were on PS3, 360, PS4, Xbox One if you give them some Switch love. And I think that's what I love the most about Resident Evil Revelations on the Nintendo Switch. Revelations 1 and Revelations 2, you get both of them in a collection. But like I said, Capcom does their Capcom thing and give you a download code for the second game. But either way, what I love about it is the whole Switch make of it. Like, you have motion controls built into there, you have IR aiming, you have pretty much everything that you would want from the Switch version. It runs great in portable mode, it runs great docked. It actually has a really cool feature with the HD rumble that is great. That's as good as Nintendo's first party games, heck, even better in some regards. So they really do a great job with this game and what they've done with it and the Switch version of this game, because I played this on the PlayStation, I played this on the Xbox, and to me the Switch version was just so satisfying to go through and play with the enhancements and additions that they added in, and being able to play portable Resident Evil with your headphones in and at night kind of turn out the lights and play the game is actually really dope. And that's actually how I enjoyed this game the most. I streamed it for a little bit, but then I was like, man, I kind of want to just like sit down, relax, play the game, put the headphones in, turn out the lights, and play it, a classic Resident Evil game, or a game that's modeled after the classic ones. And this definitely hit that spot with Resident Evil Revelations 1 and Resident Evil Revelations 2. Once again, Revelations 2 isn't as good as 1, but they're still both good games in my book, at least, with Revelations 1 being really good. So at number 5 is Resident Evil Revelations, the collection. And coming in at number 4, we have Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle on the Nintendo Switch. And I already know what some of you guys are saying. Wait a minute, this is not a third-party game. Well, actually, it is. I mean, Ubisoft, it's right there. This is definitely a third-party game. It's licensed by Nintendo, but all the games are licensed by Nintendo to be on the system. But yeah, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, it's a third-party game. They are just using the Mario license. And the gameplay in this game is obviously not something that you would see out of Nintendo traditionally. Obviously, we have Fire Emblem, we have some other strategy type of games, but this definitely seems more like a XCOM style of game, which Nintendo really hasn't done too much. And I love that about it. I mean, Nintendo would never strap Mario and crew with guns and then say, hey, go team up with some Rabbids and then go take over certain parts of the Mushroom Kingdom or different places. That is an idea that Nintendo would never make up. That is an idea from a third-party developer that's hoping and praying that they can get something popular to have a license with Nintendo and get in on that Switch money. And that's exactly what this game did. It got in on that Switch money because it's still, I think to this point, the best-selling Nintendo Switch third-party game on the platform. So that is absolutely amazing, but the gameplay backs that up. This is some of the most solid strategy-based gameplay that I have played ever, and it's a ton of fun. I love the upgrades in the game. I love what you can do with the combat. I love the graphics, the multiplayer. I got to play that only once, but it was fun with the co-op. I mean, it is just amazing. It is a great game that I think all Switch owners should go out there and experience. I know they're having some sales and deals all the time. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is a legit game. You guys should all go try it out if you haven't played it. And I'm so happy that they could potentially be working on a little bit more for the franchise. But why this game is so good, once again, the Snowdrop engine running beautifully on the Nintendo Switch. Great graphics, great gameplay, great story. Even the story is kind of cool. It's kind of silly, but even the story is good in this game. So Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle comes in at number 4 on my list. Coming in at number 3 is Ys a Lacremosa of Donna on the Nintendo Switch. This is a action RPG developed by Falcom, or good old friends at Falcom, and of course published by NIS America. And this one kind of caught me by surprise that it came over, just because of how Falcom has talked about the Nintendo Switch. But once I played this game, because this is my first Ys game that I actually went into for real, and I was blown away by the combat in the game, the options, the type of maneuverability that you do have. The gameplay is solid, the story is very good, how you link up with the characters, how they interact with each other, what you do to kind of survive and gather resources and continue on this island that you're shipwrecked on is absolutely phenomenal. It is a great game and it's a lot of fun, and I think a lot of people kind of slept on this game, but apparently it's done better in the West on the Nintendo Switch than it did on the PlayStation 4 and also the PS Vita. So they definitely see something there when it comes to Falcom and NIS America. Ys 8 Lacremosa of Donna is one of those can't miss hidden gems on the Nintendo Switch. You can still find some of the launch copies out there. It's a phenomenal game with great combat, great story, good storytelling as well. I feel that it's one of the stronger games when it comes to storytelling, and the localization isn't bad at all. The voices are okay here and there, but I think you also have the option for Japanese voices as well. But I enjoyed my time playing the game, and because I played this one, I'm actually really looking forward to the next Ys game coming out this fall on the PlayStation 4s. Alright guys, we're getting into the nitty gritty here, but this was tough, and I had to go with Valkyria Chronicles 4 for number 2. Valkyria Chronicles 4 is really good. It's a really good game, and my time has been split between the Xbox One and also the Nintendo Switch version of the game. But here's what I'll say about Valkyria Chronicles 4 when it comes to the Switch version of it. This game was literally built to play in portable mode. This is a portable mode, portable style game through in and throughout because of the style. It is a unique hybrid of you picking a unit, so turn-based strategy, because you have to position your units where you want them to attack when the enemy is coming at you and where you want to be and what type of class that you do have. So it's turn-based, but then it's also action because you have a meter that you can move, and that meter actually starts running down as soon as you start moving your unit. So it's kind of like action because you do have free control of your character, but then it kind of zips back into turn-based once you actually decide when I'm going to attack. They shoot, and then the other team might shoot back if they're in range, or they can. It is just the weirdest mix, but it's one of those like Xenoblade Chronicles mix of genres within RPG, and somehow it just works. And I think that's the reason why I love this game, and it made it up higher than games like Ys 8 or Mario plus Rabbids, is because it does have that unique aspect to it. It does have that aspect that a lot of these other games don't have. So Valkyria Chronicles 4, absolutely amazing. Make sure you check it out. I've been going through it on the Switch, played it on the Xbox One. Phenomenal game. Just need to kind of wrap things up with it. But playing portable mode has been a huge help for me in terms of me getting a lot of these games played, just because I just don't have as much time as I would normally to play this type of game traditionally on the TV and everything. So it's good to knock out a mission or two right before bed. So at number 2 on my list, that is Valkyria Chronicles 4. Alright guys, and we at number 1 on my list, and this one might surprise some of you guys, but it's a game that actually came out back in 2017 in the launch year of the Nintendo Switch, and that is The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim on the Nintendo Switch. A lot of you guys probably like, what? When has he played this game? What's going on here? But just to let you guys know, I'm a huge Skyrim fan. I actually love Skyrim on the Xbox 360. I played that back when it first came out, beat a lot of it, did the DLC, had a lot of fun, but didn't do everything in the game. And then when I heard that it was coming over to the Nintendo Switch, when they showed it off, I was actually like surprised at this style of game, but then everyone kept on talking about, well, is it going to be the full version of the game, the one that was released on the PS4 and the Xbox One, the remastered one with all the content? And some people were saying there's no way it's going to be like that. And I was like, you know what, I think it is. But not only is it all of that, but to me, they actually improved upon what was already released on the PS4 and the Xbox One, considering that with this game here, you have the HD Rumble, you have the ability to play any way that you want. The only thing is mods. That's the only thing that it doesn't have. It doesn't have some of the cool mods that you can play like on the PC and all of that. But for the console versions, and I think that the Xbox One has mods or something like that. I'm not sure if PlayStation ever got them, but either way, to me, it was so fun going through a lot of the new content, playing all of that stuff, and being able to play it anywhere. Because I think that's the thing with Skyrim. It's such a game to where you're just kind of like walking around a lot. You're kind of going in and you're doing raids on the dungeons and stuff like that. It's such a great game to play portably. And I think that with all of these games here, there's like a common theme that it's not a game that necessarily needs to be experienced on this huge TV because it has like the cutting edge graphics or like the 4K or anything like that. All of these games are very comfortably played while you're just lying down in bed. And they're not the most graphically intense games. They all run well, whether it's on the TV or whether it's in portable mode. And that's a big factor for me, at least. It needs to be able to run good in both modes and still be enjoyable and look good, run good, play good. And all of these games did that. But Skyrim was surprising because when you play it in portable, it's like, yo, this is actually really cool. There's no issues at all, and maybe some were thinking there would be those issues with the game, but it's fantastic. Now, the hand-to-hand combat obviously hasn't aged too well, but the magic in the game is actually really fun, and I always play as some type of like sorcerer whenever I play Skyrim. I'm always out there wheeling and dealing with different types of magic spells. I always wear the robes where I can regenerate magic and all that, so that's how I like to play. Then when I run out, I'll switch over to like hand-to-hand combat, which isn't as good, but the magic play in the game is actually really fun to still execute to this day. So those are my top 5 major third-party games on the Nintendo Switch. What are your top 5 games that you've played from third-party companies on the Nintendo Switch? Major ones, or heck, even list your non-major ones. Maybe I'll do a top 5 indie games going forward. But what are your top 5 games? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet into YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.